When I was about 8 years old, I lost my best friend and next door neighbor Rachel to Reye's syndrome. And the last thing that she had complained about when my mother had picked us up from school was she had a tummy ache. She was dead 2, 3 days later. Well, a few Saturdays after that, I woke up with a tummy ache and I was like, oh my God, I'm going to die. I didn't know that what Rachel had wasn't contagious. And I had heard because the kids at school talked and they said the last thing you do before you die is you poop in your pants. So I grabbed my little Coleco handheld and I headed to this golf course that was being constructed near our neighborhood. And I didn't know it at the time, but I sat in this concrete tube that was literally a sewer pipe. And I played my Coleco handheld, waiting to die. I didn't want my parents to find me with poop in my pants. I eventually hear voices outside, and I peek out the tube, and it was these bullies. They were older boys from school. They had corduroy pants on, flannel shirts. They were smoking, and the next thing I know, they were commandeering me out of the sewer pipe for a fate that was much worse. They said, hey, you, get in the porta potty. And I go, I don't need to use the bathroom, but I quickly ascertained it wasn't optional. And I got in, and as we lived in Florida, they treated the porta potty like Space Mountain. Eventually, I come out covered in human shit and piss. And I think whoever had filled the porta potty up the leading days into that, remember those frozen patio 50-cent burritos that were famous back in the late 70s, early 80s? I'm pretty sure it was a lot of that. And they were all laughing and pointing at me. So I did the only thing I knew to do. I laughed right along with them because I wanted to fit in. I didn't want to get beat up further. Now, eventually, I knew it was time to go because they started throwing rocks and sticks at me. I was a very sensitive young man. And they were going, get out of here, you Faggot word, it sounds like a cat. And I ran home crying, covered in human poop and pee. Now, the good news is, I had figured by then I wasn't going to die. But I was also trying to figure out how I would explain this to my mother. So, looked around, jumped in the pool, washed off, tossed my clothes, wrapped myself in a towel, threw the clothes away. Later on that week, my mom goes, where's your clothes? I go, I don't know what you're talking about. I gaslighted her. I lied. I didn't know what to do. And I tell you what, even though I had washed the shit off, this is an acronym I'm teaching you right now. I spent the next 30 years of my life washing it off. The S stands for sadness, the H stands for hurts, the I stands for insecurities, and the T stands for washing away the trauma. And I started this channel to awaken greatness in people and help them watch the SHIT off of their lives. You do not have to let it define you. It says in Corinthians, when we are in Christ, we are a brand new creation. It is very true. And if you want to wash the SHIT off of you in your life and redefine yourself, my name is John. I love seeing people win. Give this channel a follow. And I'll be saying to you, hey you, get out of the porta potty. This is how to not lead an SHIT life.